Hello everyone, welcome back to RCH Builders. So today we're getting ready to start on a nice little project. It's not a very big one. I've got most all the materials here that I'm going to need, at least for starting. The only thing I don't have is the I-joist, because the supply house where I went to for this LVL and to get the I-joist did not have the correct size I needed. I have made some phone calls and I've located a supply house around here who does stock them, have them in stock. So I'll probably either be picking those up late this afternoon on my way home or tomorrow morning on my way here. Either way will work just as well. I'm just going to do what I can today. So they've already poured the slab. I had nothing to do with this. I've checked it. It does seem to be pretty level. If it's off, it's not off by much at all. Maybe like a 1/16, which is perfectly acceptable. So the plumbing, I'm not doing, as far as right now stands, I am not doing the plumbing, the electric, or the HVAC. Basically, all I'm doing is framing it, insulating it, putting the roof on it, and sheetrocking part of it. The rest of it, the homeowner is either already has somebody who's going to do that, or he's going to do it himself. So, anyways, first step I'm going to need to do is get the siding out of the way, and then the OSB, so that I can tie into the house. So the walls should be going right with the edge of the concrete, and then there'll be 7/16 OSB and then siding, and they'll have to do a corner trim anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and cut it. The homeowner had started cutting it, but the blade he was using ripped the siding. I'm going to kind of roughly do it in about the same spot. I'm going to go with the very outside edge of this 2x4, 1.5 inch. Should give me a little bit of play, and I'm going to cut up through there for the siding, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. That's going to be the first thing I do, and then after I do that, I'll remove the siding out of the way, and then I will be cutting the OSB back this way just a little bit. I might cut it out about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. I'm going to need it to be cut at least 7/16 past this edge here, and 3/4 should give me a little bit of play to be able to maneuver and get 2x4s in and all that. So anyways, that's the first thing I'm going to get started with. I'm going to see what I can do about setting the camera up out here. It looks like the sun is here, but I have that umbrella, so I guess we will see how well it works for the phone and set it up. So I'll have to try and set the camera up, of course, in a location where the shade actually casts shade on the phone. The sun's over this way, so I'm probably gonna have to set the camera up over that direction. All right, so that's all of the tear out for this bottom half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this bottom half here. Then after I build this bottom half, that's when I will go ahead and do the tear out for the top. But basically, right here I'll have to build like a corner post. Over there, there's actually basically one there already, so I don't think I'll have to over there. I should be okay. But that's step one done. Now we got to move on to start building. Alright, that's all the wood cut and ready for the first two walls, the ones that are going to run parallel to each other. I'm going to go ahead and carry them over there, nail them together, and probably stand them up and get them in place, and then I'll figure out what I need for the last wall. Alright, so now I've gotten those two walls up. They are in place and nailed in. The one on the other side was a lot harder than this side because this cantilever on this side, it's dropped about 1/8 out here at this point from here, but on that side it had dropped almost 1/2 inch. It was about 7/16 that it had dropped, so that's why that side was took me a lot more time to get jacked up and then put in place. But I've got the double top plate only coming out about 4 feet. That was so that I could get the wall in place, but I want this top plate to hang over and hit this wall when I put this wall in. So I just cut one in half, basically one 8-footer in half, and used it for both sides so that I could get them in place. But that's those in. The reason I got those 3 studs in line right there is because when I will be putting basically a double LVL right across there to help support those eye joists and tie that cantilever in as a regular floor that will be holding weight from a bathtub rather than basically just the exterior walls of the house. There's 3 there for that purpose. But the next thing would be to build the wall over here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it and put it in place, but I'm going to leave the middle section out because they got a big shower they're going to want to put in here, and that's supposed to be being delivered in the next day or 2. And the easiest way to get it in is going to be through the wall. So I'm just going to basically mark it off and everything, but I'm going to leave the middle unframed. That way I'll still be able to tie it together. I'll still be able to start working on the second story, but that will be taken care of. So anyways, that's it for these 2. Alright, so that's the first floor ready up to as far as the framing part goes for now, until they get that tub in, and then I'll close in for this window, which will be pretty easy. I went ahead and used what I'm going to use for the flooring up top. I used it to temporarily close that off for now. Hopefully by the time I'm ready to use it up top, they'll have this tub. Otherwise, I don't know, I'll close it off with something else, which actually very well might be what happens. But at least this is done. We got a good bit done today. It's a good start on this project here. I say it's basically framing, insulation, and sheetrock, and the roof as well. So this portion, the next portion up, it's got a cantilever, so it's going to go out farther. I'm going to have to do that LVL across there. So tomorrow's project quite possibly is going to be primarily to get the flooring up there, and then depending on how long that ends up taking, maybe get the walls, or at least started on the walls. It's just going to depend on how, because doing that LVL might be a real pain in the butt because of those I-joists sagging out here on this edge. But hopefully not. We'll just see. I have a feeling it's going to be a pain in the butt. But other than that, at least for today anyways, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time.